Hi, this is John Abraham, and I'm going to introduce you to someone very special in my life, and that's my Lamborghini Gallardo LP 552. Clean lines. I got a color black, to make it simple and look like a Batmobile. I got these special wheels here, which are the Callistos. They go beautifully with the orange calipers. Actually match the orange seats and the orange lining. And of course, I've got this special inline 4 exhaust from Santiago, from Lamborghini themselves. And this is just the latest addition to the car. And of course, my special number 300. I love this number, so I have it on board. That's the Lamborghini V10 engine, and that's where all the power happens from. And like you see, it's a two-seater car. It's a right-hand drive. So that's my car. That's the LP 552 Lamborghini. And very special because I've always dreamt of a Gallardo, and I love this Gallardo. There's the 564 and the 574, but I like the 552. Means it's a two-wheel drive and not a four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drives are meant for women. Two-wheel drives are meant for men. So we decided to go for a two-wheel drive and let the men drive, at least the 552. So outside of the bike, this is the next most exciting thing I have. And thank you for featuring my baby on this show. Wish you all the best. Bye.
John, it's great to have you here on the show, as it always is. And let me start by firstly welcoming you and asking you what's the latest.
Well, obviously I'm busy with my films and doing a film called Welcome Back. And besides that, I'm busy with my babies, my little supercar and my motorcycle. So that's keeping me busy.
So tell me all about this new show that you're all set to do.
Being the brand ambassador of National Geographic actually was, the best part of this whole thing, because I love programs like Mega Structures and Inside IPL and of course supercars, and that's why we are talking about this. And I happened to see an entire show on Lamborghini, and I really loved it because it gave me, like you said, an insight into where a lot of supercars are manufactured and how they're manufactured, and a lot of them are handmade. And the history behind these supercars was so very special. So I really look forward to this program, and I'm one of those few who probably even records it, because it kind of gives me a nice historical backup data to know where all the different cars came from.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'll actually love to go to the Lamborghini headquarters. It's a wonderful place, Santa Agata Bolognese. We've taken our viewers there on the show several times, but all the history, you walk into the plant, it's a lot of that you really instantly pick up. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that visit.
Yeah. No, I've not been there to Santiago. I've not been there. But, I was watching this program on the Lamborghini special, and it was on the Aventador actually. And it's shocking that the guys who actually build these cars have been building it, second generation now. Their fathers used to build the cars. Now the sons are building those cars. I'm talking about the workmen in line, in the assembly line. So there's even a history there. So it's actually great watching each thing to understand that these cars are hand-built and handcrafted, and it makes it all the more, Italians are passionate, and I love the way they really love their machines. So I'd love to go there. I'd love to go there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got to go together, maybe on the show, right?
Yeah, that's a given. Yeah, but would love to go there, Sid. We should plan a trip and go there soon.
So you're moving away from bikes in a sense as far as your image goes. Supercars now your new passion in a sense. How's your new Lamborghini doing?
Oh, well, I got her about 6-7 months ago, and she's a LP 552. So she's a two-wheel drive, because I belong to the old school that still believes that to be a good driver, you need to handle a two-wheel drive. So she does a few tail spins, because she's obviously 550 horsepower, and she's pretty intense. And if you see behind me, she's completely black, and I've got these special Callisto wheels ordered in for her. I've got these matte black exhausts, which actually up her BHP a bit, these 4 inlines, to about maybe another 10 BHP. And I love the orange calipers that exist on her, and the orange linings inside, because it kind of, Lamborghini could easily very well be a bubblegum car, but mine looks like a Batmobile. So I'm very happy with her. So it's sad that the Gallardo is going to be replaced next year. I think there are a few cars that kind of appreciate with time in terms of equity, in terms of value maybe, I don't know, but I think Gallardo is one of them. I think it's a great car to possess, and it's a very easily drivable car. For all the viewers out there who'd ask me the most common question, how the hell do you get to drive this in a place like Mumbai or Delhi? Well, let me tell you, in Mumbai I go all the way to the Taj, that's the gateway of India in South Bombay, to the international airport, and the car doesn't touch any speed breaker because she's got a hydraulic button, so she just goes up. I go over the speed breaker, and that's how I negotiate my way around. So she's a great car and very well behaved. Yeah.
Well, the new one is kind of around the corner. I remember the CEO sharing that with us on the program just a few weeks ago. And it is, of course, remember, the Gallardo, the most successful Lamborghini of all time. So this model is special to the company.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's had a 10-year run, great. And I'm looking forward, and I'm excited about seeing what's up next with Lamborghini.
All right, John, let's talk about the other thing that you do, acting and producing. Now, Madras Cafe did pretty well. It got a good reception as far as the critics go as well. What's next on your anvil?
Well, after Madras Cafe, my next production will be a film with Nishikant Kamath, the guy who directed Force. And it's a film Amin again. And we have two very interesting films outside of that. And we're launching two new directors. So I'm very excited about that space. And then, of course, I have another film with Shujit Sarkar, who's directed Madras Cafe. And that's a film on football. So, somewhere or the other, it's either sport or motorcycling in some way, or football that has to be associated with my life. And Sid, very important, we're developing a film on motorcycles, on motorcycle racing. And it was pretty dominant in my mind, and I'm happy that we've played it up again, because I saw Rush. I was mighty impressed with Rush. And I think it's important that we make a credible race film in this country that's worth it. By race film, I mean a race film, not race 1 and race 2.
All right, that sounds pretty exciting. It's right up our street as well. But John, last time we met, you told me about this other project you're looking at with the Baja 1000 race in Mexico. Is that the same thing that you're talking about now, or is this slightly different?
Oh, it's we're actually there's a toss between the Baja 1000 and the Isle of Man, because the Baja 1000 involves cars and motorcycles and quads and ATVs. The Isle of Man, which is a little island in the Irish Sea, which has a population of just 80,000 people, has probably arguably the most dangerous race in the world, and that's purely motorcycling. So I'm more excited about the Isle of Man now, but I don't know where I'm going to land up with this. But at the end of the day, a story works if it's got a soul and if it's got great content, like you see. So if we have good content, then we can do a motorcycling film, a car film, a boxing film, any film.
Now, the thing with Rush that really worked was the fact that they managed to replicate, not just the action, but they replicated that era very successfully, even with the cars that they were, that featured in the movie. How are you going to achieve something like that, authenticity like that? Would you maybe look to work with similar technicians to the ones that worked on that movie, Rush?
Yeah, good question, because I'm actually trying to get in touch with the people who did the races in Rush to kind of get that in place. And I really want to get in touch with, and I will get in touch with Ron Howard, because I need his inputs into understanding how we really conceptualize these races. And I'm very excited about that too. He's a very, very sweet man, and very humble. And once I get an idea, then I'd like to put all the blocks together and build this film that I believe will have a soul, but at the same time also have the beauty and the visuals of an exciting race.
So lastly, John, I got to ask you, as I always do, what are you eyeing? What's your next purchase going to be, or what's the next vehicle that's going to enter your garage?
Future additions to the, it's actually a very good question. The one car I'm interested in terms of supercars, I love the F12. I think that's a beautiful car. I'm wondering, I'm very curious to know what Lamborghini has next out there. And I even like the McLaren P1, looks very interesting if you've seen it, and I like the way the LaFerrari looks. So that's where supercars are concerned. I don't know whether I could afford those cars right now. They're really, really expensive. But if there is something I'm looking at buying, I don't know. I think the Range Rover Sport looks like something exciting. I've been contemplating whether I should pick up one or no. So probably I'll take your inputs on it and then we decide whether we go in for it or no.